and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be exploring Class 8 Maths Chapter 6, Squares and Square Roots. So here I've just wrote the square table, which is 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16. Now what does a square actually mean? A square means that if you have 1 raised to the power of 2 or 1 square is basically equal to 1 times 1, which is equal to 1. Let's take another example, 2. 2 raised to the power of 2 is equal to 2 times 2, and that is equal to 4. Okay, so that's what squares are. Now, let me just rub this out and let's continue. There. Now, any big number which ends with 1 to 9 will have the end with the square of the last number. So it might not make sense, but let's see this example. So 16 square is equal to 256. Okay, meaning what does that mean? Now if you have 16 square, then if you want to figure out the last number of the answer, which is like if you have blah blah and 6, blah blah and the last number, what is the last number? You basically do 6 square. Now 6 square is equal to 36 because 6 times 6 is 36. So now this 36 has the end number of 6. So the end number of 16 square will be 6. 2. Now 16 times 60 is 256. So we've got 2, 5 and 6. So that's how you can make sure. Now what is a perfect square? A perfect square of a number can be basically a number which has a square of it. Meaning if you have 4, then 2 square is equal to 4. Meaning 4 is a perfect square. Now if you have very big number like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, how are you going to figure out if it's a perfect square or not? Look at the last number, meaning it's a 6. It's 6, so it's a perfect square. Now how did we get that? Basically, you look at this table that we have. Now, if any number ends with 6 and you want to figure out if it's a perfect square or not, then if you have this 6 over there and you have a 6 over there, meaning if that number has these two, meaning a 6, then it means that it's a perfect square. Or any of these numbers on the end, actually. You see, I've wrote here that any number ending with 1, 4, 9, 6, 5, 0 is a perfect square. Okay? Now, finding a square. If you have 42 to the power of 2, we can write it as 40 plus 2 to the power of 2. So 40 plus 2 to the power of 2 is like one of the formulas that we know, which is a plus b whole square. Now what is a plus b whole square equal to? A square plus b square plus 2ab. Now that's a formula, and if you like I can do another video on proving it, but we'll see about that. But let's look at this formula and let's figure out the square of this number with that formula. So 40 plus 2 whole square. Now let's think that 40 is A and 2 is B. So is equal to 40 square plus 2, because it's B, square plus 2. 2 is a number, so it's not a variable, so we're going to keep it 2. 40 and 2. Okay, so now we're going to write 40 square is 1600, because 4 square is 16, and we have another 0 and 0 to the power of 2, meaning if you do 10 to the power of 2, you add another 0 to it, so that's why we've got 2 zeros. So 1600 plus 2 to the power of 2 is 4, plus 2 times 40. So if we have 2 times 40 is 80, times 2 is equal to 160. So 1600 plus 4 is 1604 plus 160 is equal to 1764. Now we can check that by doing 42 to the power of 2. It's getting a bit messy. I'm just gonna rub that out, and let's do it over there. Perfect. 42 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Is our number ending with 4? Yes. Now 2 times 4 is 8, plus 4 times 2 is 8. Sorry, not there. 0. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 4 is 16. So it's 4. 8 plus 8 is 6. 171. So 1764. And we've got 1764. So hope you understood that. Let me just rub it out because I see that it's getting a bit messy. So that's how you can figure it out. Okay? Let's put that out. And let's rub that out as well. And I'll just write 2AB. Perfect. Now, Pythagorean triplets. So if you have, the Pythagoras theorem, meaning a square plus b square is equal to c square. How can we imagine that? Because if we have a right angle, and if this is a, this is b, then this is c, and if a is 4 and b is 3, then c will be 5. How? Because 3 square is 9 plus 4 square is 16, 9 plus 16 is 25, and under root 25 is 5. So that's our Pythagorean theorem. It's not doing it. Oh, sorry. That shaked the whole thing, didn't it? Okay. So 3, 4, and 5 are Pythagorean triplets. Now we've got a formula to figure out what is the number. If you have one number and you want to figure out the other two numbers that form a triplet, then we've got this formula. 2m is the base number. M square minus 1 is equal to m square plus 1. So basically they're talking that this one is going to be the second number and this one is going to be third number. So these three together will form a Pythagorean triplet. So if we have 16, for example, then 16 will be equal to 2m and m will be equal to 16 by 2, which is 8. Okay? Then 8 square is 64, because it says over here 2m 16 plus 64 minus 1 will be 3, and then solving for third number, 64 plus 1 will be 65. So the Pythagorean triplets are going to be 16, 63, and 64.